All right. So basically what we're going to do walk around kind of the outside of the container. We'll talk about parts and pieces on the outside first, and then we'll go inside. We'll talk about parts and pieces. You might have to kind of split ourselves in half just to get everybody up close to the stuff inside. From this side of the container, you have your main entry and exit doors. Okay. If for safety reasons, when the container is not in use, you want to lock it, you can, when you close the cargo doors, you can put a padlock in here, okay, so you can prevent people from screwing around in here if you want to. Obviously, don't do that when people are in there. It sounds silly, but we've had people suggest crazy things. These doors are standard cargo shipping doors that we've put in an access for a hose line. Okay, so when you are doing your burn inside, even if you don't intend on using it for fire control or fire dynamics demonstration or anything like that, you should obviously have one in there for safety reasons. Okay, and goes through right through there. All right, come around to this side, which is the main operating side of the container. All right, starting at the front of the container, you have one of the exit doors. There's a man door on each side of the container that's panic bar controlled on the inside. So you just push the bar, the door will open. There is no hardware on the outside to open the door. Okay, we don't want folks on the outside being able to introduce that much oxygen into your fire that quickly. Okay, those doors are essentially emergency exit doors. Okay, for whatever reason you have to pile out of the container. It's just more ways out, okay? Based on the number of folks that you can put inside the container, we weren't satisfied that the main door out in the end was enough, okay? So you have panic bar operated doors on both sides. They are sealed with gaskets, okay? It's like a fiberglass fireproof gasket, okay? You will, as you use the container and as you use the doors, those gaskets will discolor, okay? That's normal, but they're still going to function normally, okay? And as we move further down, you have controls for the louvers in the container. All right, there's 3 louvers built in your container. All right, the first one is on the ground. Okay, that's your air inlet. When we get inside the container, you'll see it at the bottom of the stage where the actual burn area is. Okay, so the air actually comes in from this side of the container. Okay, the lever that operates it on the inside. The next one is your roof or your vent. Okay, and both of these can be controlled from the inside as well, which you'll see once we get in there. And then the last one you have is your emergency one. Okay, this one is only operable from the outside, okay, and it's essentially here for your safety officer, your officer in charge. If he wants to vent the container for whatever reason, okay, pull this pin. It opens, okay, and when we're inside, we'll leave it open so you can see. But it's about a foot tall, probably about 2 feet wide. All right, and it will vent the heat and gas in that container in probably 10 seconds or so. Okay. Last thing on this side is the temperature monitoring system. Okay, you have 3 thermocouples inside that container. I'll point them out to you once we get inside. You have a ceiling level, a chest level, and a floor level. Okay, these are in order. The displays. Okay, there are thresholds built into them. The ceiling is currently set at about 900 degrees, 950, somewhere in that ballpark. Okay, and if they activate, it will trigger an audible alarm. Okay, there is no technology built into this container that will extinguish the fire for you. Okay, a lot of our products will do that. This is not one of them. Okay, so the audible will sound, okay, but it will not do anything to open the vents, to extinguish the fire, any of that. Okay, that's the responsibility of the officer in charge and the instructor inside to deal with those thresholds. Okay, if you want to, as you use the container, they're set to just kind of standard levels. What we, through our experience, we found to be pretty normal uses. All right, if you want to adjust them as you use the container, that's fine. Just give us a call. We can help you through it. It's a simple button combination to change them. We can talk you through that. Okay. These little wires you see coming down here, a couple of you guys observed them already. Those are your actual thermocouple wires. Okay, if you'll notice, they go through some piping, some conduit, and they actually go inside the container. Okay, and you'll see where they come out. It's covered with a little bracket on the inside. Okay, the only electrical connection for the container is right here. It's a standard. Is it 20 amp? I think 15. Yeah. No, it's 15. All right, 15 amp connection. I think I even heard some conversation earlier. You're going to shorten that wire up. I think I heard. All right. That's pretty much it on this side. All right. Any questions about the operation?
Is there any maintenance for the thermocouple? Nothing at all.
Not for that. Nope. The only maintenance item on the this side of the container, there are grease fittings on two bearings for the louvers. One on this side, there's one up on the roof, and then again on the other side. Same, starts with a Z, not Zurich. What did you say? Zurich, yeah, fittings. Just standard grease fitting.
So when those thermocouples go bad, is that something you can just go pick up at Home Depot, or is that something we got to call you guys?
No, they're... No, they do come from us, but the chances of them going bad are pretty slim, okay? The wires themselves are tied into PCB boards inside, and it's calibrated with displayed output. There's really there's no moving parts or anything like that. I don't think I've ever seen one of these go bad.
Okay, and it's okay where like it is here with the weather and everything?
Yep. Yep, I would probably unplug it, but if you're not using it, then yes. It's a weather type box. Anything else? Okay, we'll actually go around to the other side just to show you the other man door. There's nothing on the back of the container at all. On this side of the container, the only thing to see over here is, again, another man door. They are in different positions, so you give more options to exit the container if necessary. You will notice small little vents built into the container up here. Okay, those are essentially air vents built into the insulation areas of the container. Right, when we get inside, you'll notice there's both refractory tile and beneath that there's some other insulation that you can't actually see. Okay, and that's just some ventilation and cooling for those pieces. Just general maintenance, just make sure they're free of obstacles. Right, I imagine probably some critters and stuff in this area. Right, just make sure they're not clogged or anything like that. And you can see the bearing for the louver up here, again with the grease fitting on it. All right, again, there's just one on each side with the bearing. Questions? All right, so the inside of your container, a couple things. The interfaces for the lever operators are right behind this gentleman over here. Okay, the lever on the bottom controls the lever on the bottom for air in. Okay, and then the top one, which is held in place by a pin, is your ventilation out. Okay, if you remove the locking pin, the top louver will normal open, and your air source will normal closed. Okay, for safety reasons, right? So your ventilation's operating, and your area in is closed, dampered. Okay. Here are your thermocouples, right? You notice the little wire is in a nut in a protective bracket, okay? So even if you have, guys banging around in here or whatever have you, the chance of these things being damaged is very small, okay? You have refractory tile that I talked about mounted to the walls, okay? One of the maintenance items that you may need to do eventually, there's a couple of them up here, is this little center hole here is the bolt that holds the tile in place, okay? This is just high temp masonry cement. I brought another bucket with me. All right, as you use the container, you might find these pop out, okay? I have a chisel I'm gonna leave with you, a cold chisel, just gently chisel it out, take some mud, put it in there, and let it dry. Okay, there's nothing real fancy or special about it. All it's doing is protecting the bolt that's inside so you can unbolt that single tile instead of taking the whole system down. Okay, these tiles are overlapped in a rabbet style joint. Okay, if there's any woodworkers here, all right. So both the large and the small tiles are overlapped in certain places. Okay, They are designed to float, so as the container expands from heat or anything like that, it will be fine. Okay. We have a stair coming up into the burn area. Okay. Even with my vertically challenged self, okay, you have a head hazard here. Okay. As one of my fire instructors says, make sure you have your pumpkin protector on. Okay. If you want to come up here, you can see that safety vent. All right. You're not going to hurt anything. Come on up here.
Just don't be treated.
Yeah, Kevin John, I hurt my pumpkin.
Just watch your heads.
I'm already looked. I want to put that.
Okay. So that emergency lever that I talked about outside is this vent right here. Okay. So that vent, with the majority of the fire load right in this location. Okay. That's one of the things that's what it looks like. Okay. When it pops down. That vent will vent the heat out of here in probably 10 to 15 seconds. Okay, and then it's obviously up to you to extinguish the fire. Okay. The chain systems are here to hold your plywood, your OSB, whatever you choose to put in here, MDF. All right. You have ceiling chains. Okay. The ceiling chains come with hooks. All right. The hooks are here to make it easier to install it. Okay, especially with this ledge here. Okay, the hooks just come down. All right, and allows you to hold one guy to hold the piece up, and you just come over with the chain and hook it up. Okay. Also makes it an awful lot easier to take it down once it's burned. Okay. You have wall chains as well with slots to slide sheets into. Okay. The chains are weighted, and so they're designed to hold the stuff in place. All right, and it's on all 3 walls. Okay. The burn crib itself is movable, okay, so you can essentially position it wherever you want to, okay, and the reason we allow you to do that is so you can demonstrate the type of fire growth that you want, okay. If you want to set the burn crib right next to a wall, so you can demonstrate fire growth directly next to it and radiation coming right off of it. If you want to put it in the center, so you have to deal with some convection. Right, that's totally up to you. It's a tool for you to use, in your instruction. Okay, doesn't matter to us how you do it. Okay. Burn crib looks a little small, but I promise you, there's plenty of BTUs in there. Okay, if you use about half a pallet-ish in that ballpark, okay, you'll see it when we light it up today. That will be plenty to light off the rest of the material you put in here. Okay. Questions?
Getting these wall panels in, you suggest cutting them the 4x8 sheets in half to get them in, because
It's
otherwise
probably
you're not gonna.
it's
they're
probably
gonna slide.
easier, it's probably easier to do it that way. Yes.
You're gonna have 4x8 sheets vertically too, or
No.
just on
Side.
panel?
No. You can
Yeah,
put them on the sidewalls. Yep.
Yeah.
You can set them right in the tray.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
You got to cut them in half. His shoes, not enough room. The only one you can get a full sheet on is probably right there on top. You probably get one in there.
So this is designed for 1 full sheet.
Yeah.
Full sheet, 1 full sheet.
Correct.
You got to cut one. Yeah. This is way too small.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why the hooks are here too.
On these tiles, is there any precaution like with hot water on them?
Nope.
They're okay?
Yep.
Okay. Lump them with a tool or?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take a Halligan bar to them, but if you're, I don't know if I would search in this container, so to speak.
Okay.
But if you're stirring up the burn crib or something like that, you'd be okay.
Okay. This looks like fire brick.
It is fire brick on the floor, yes.
Okay.
All right. Did anybody that didn't come up here, if you want to come up here and look at what I was talking about with one of those plugs with the maintenance, all right, when they pop out, this is what it looks like. Okay. So it's just a little plug of ceramic cement. All right. It's actually it's like a fireplace mortar essentially. Okay. But if that happens, if there's anything left in it, that's what the cold chisel's for. Just knock it out. Take a scoop of it with a putty knife. Smother it in there, and just let it dry. Okay. And again, that's normal, just from expansion contraction, and it's only there to protect the bolt. That's the only reason it's there. Questions? Nope. All right, let's make some fire.
The garage door?
Doggy door. Alright, go half on the vent, bottom vent, half.
Hey, tell them half on the bottom vent.
Right, yeah. Right. I'm trying to get more smoke so that when we open it up, we'll get more of a push.
Gotta get it to roll first. Gotta get it to light off first.
Alright, let's go all the way, do it up. When we say open it up, we're gonna open up the bottom and the vent hole both at the same time. All the way, okay? Not yet. Wait.
Yeah, hold on, we can set it up.
Alright, stand by.
Right with the yard, see the fingers coming. Got it right above you.
Alright, God, open it up.
Disappear. There you go. Here comes Satan.
Look it right in the middle, right in the middle.
It's coming straight to you. Right above your head. Funny enough, you can see it right in the camera.
How far is it going? It ain't going past that baffle, huh?
No, it's going right out the baffle.
Yep, right out the baffle. It's getting straight right into the baffle. We're gonna wait till this right side lights off, and then we're gonna hit it with the forearm. How far is it? Alright, front pattern. Can everybody see that back there? Yeah.
You have to keep it low, Kevin.
I don't want to keep it all the way up.
Yeah.
Straight!
Let that out.
There you go.
I don't know, man.
There you go, you killed all our fun.
You have to be careful with the trace room, Kevin.
Keep it open. Keep it open. Just one part, right?
Yeah. But just start knocking down the last part of your OSB, too.
Good, man. That was good.
Yeah, it's coming back. As long as you don't knock down the sides at the top, you're good. It'll black out if you close the vent.
You still want to see the thermal layer. You can't see thermal layer right now. I don't know what you can see. I definitely need to be in the middle. Wide open, wide open.
Well, I think because it was...
Okay. That's good. That's good. That's good, huh? You want to try that emergency hatch to clear it out, or? Did you open that?
It'll do exactly what you want it to.
Straight! That's a real good demonstration.
That's a total
Now we're
buzzkill.
gonna start knocking down,
Let's see how much road we can get out of it, though. Hey, does
Yeah.
everybody have a good now? Is this sealed? No.
Yes.
Let's try that. Okay, if we close it all up, steam it up, and do it.
Do it.
Do it.